Thanksgiving is a cherished holiday in the United States. It's a time for families to gather, share a meal, and express gratitude. The holiday has deep historical roots and cultural significance. It is celebrated on the fourth Thursday of November each year. The origins of Thanksgiving date back to the early 17th century. Understanding its history provides insight into American heritage. The modern Thanksgiving holiday has evolved over centuries. It combines traditions from the Pilgrims and Native Americans. It also reflects changes in American society. Today it is marked by parades, football games, and festive meals. Despite these changes, the core values of gratitude and community remain intact. This essay explores the true origins of Thanksgiving. The story begins with the Pilgrims' journey to America. They sought religious freedom and new opportunities. Their voyage and settlement were fraught with challenges. The assistance of Native Americans was crucial. Together, they celebrated the first Thanksgiving, a symbol of cooperation and thankfulness. In 1620, a group of English settlers known as the Pilgrims set sail for America. They traveled on a ship called the Mayflower. Their journey was driven by a desire for religious freedom. The Pilgrims were separatists who wanted to break away from the Church of England. They faced persecution in their homeland. America offered a chance for a new beginning. The Mayflower departed from Plymouth, England in September 1620. It carried 102 passengers, including men, women and children. The journey across the Atlantic Ocean was perilous. The passengers endured rough seas and cramped conditions. After 66 days, they finally sighted land. The Pilgrims initially intended to settle in the Virginia colony. However, they landed further north, in present-day Massachusetts. They named their new settlement Plymouth, after the port they had left in England. The harsh New England winter awaited them. The Pilgrims had to quickly establish shelter and find food. The journey was just the beginning of their trials. The Pilgrims would face many hardships in their first year. Their survival depended on their resilience and the help of indigenous people. This marked the start of a significant chapter in American history. The first winter in Plymouth was brutal. The Pilgrims were unprepared for the harsh weather. They lacked adequate shelter and supplies. Many of the settlers fell ill. Starvation and disease claimed the lives of nearly half the passengers. Only 53 of the original 102 survived the winter. The survivors faced the daunting task of rebuilding their community. They worked tirelessly to construct homes and secure food. The Pilgrims relied on each other for support. Their faith and determination kept them going. Despite their suffering, they remained hopeful. The Pilgrim situation began to improve in the spring. They planted crops and learned to hunt and fish. However, their knowledge of the new land was limited. They needed help to thrive in their new environment. The arrival of spring brought new opportunities and challenges. The Pilgrims' perseverance paid off. They managed to establish a foothold in the new world. Their survival was a testament to their strength and resilience, but they still faced uncertainties. The support of the Native Americans would soon prove vital. The Pilgrims' survival was greatly aided by the Native Americans. The Wampanoag tribe played a crucial role. They were led by Chief Massasoit. The Wampanoag had lived in the region for thousands of years. They possessed extensive knowledge of the land and its resources. In March 1621, an English-speaking Native American named Samoset visited the Pilgrims. He introduced them to Squanto, a member of the Patuxet tribe. Squanto had learned English during his time in Europe. He became a vital intermediary between the Pilgrims and the Wampanoag. Squanto taught the Pilgrims essential survival skills. He showed them how to plant corn, fish, and gather wild plants. These skills were crucial for their sustenance. Squanto's guidance helped the Pilgrims secure a stable food supply. His assistance was invaluable. The relationship between the Pilgrims and the Wampanoag was mutually beneficial. The two groups formed an alliance. They agreed to protect each other from mutual threats. This cooperation laid the groundwork for the first Thanksgiving celebration. It was a moment of unity and shared gratitude. Section 5. The events leading to the first Thanksgiving celebration. The first Thanksgiving took place in the autumn of 1621. It was, a three-day feast to celebrate the Pilgrims' first successful harvest. The Pilgrims invited the Wampanoag to join them. Chief Massasoit and about 90 of his men attended. The feast was a symbol of friendship and cooperation. The menu of the first Thanksgiving was different from today's traditional meal. It likely included venison, fowl, fish, and native fruits and vegetables. The Pilgrims and the Wampanoag shared their respective culinary traditions. The feast was a joyous occasion, filled with food, games, and fellowship. The first Thanksgiving was not just about food. It was a time to give thanks for the harvest and survival. The Pilgrims expressed gratitude for the help they received from the Native Americans. The Wampanoag also had reasons to celebrate. The alliance with the Pilgrims brought them new allies. This event marked the beginning of a tradition. It was a moment of peace and mutual respect. The first Thanksgiving set a precedent for future celebrations. It was a reminder of the importance of gratitude and community. These values continue to be central to the holiday today. Section 6. Key figures: William Bradford and Squanto. William Bradford was a key figure in the Pilgrim story. He was a leader of the separatists and later became the governor of Plymouth Colony. Bradford played a crucial role in the Pilgrims' journey and settlement. His leadership helped the colony survive its early challenges. Bradford also documented the Pilgrims' experiences in his journal of Plymouth Plantation. Squanto, whose full name was Tisquantum, was another important figure. His knowledge and skills were vital to the Pilgrims' survival. Squanto's ability to communicate in English made him an invaluable intermediary. He taught the Pilgrims essential agricultural techniques. Squanto's contributions were crucial to the success of the first Thanksgiving. Bradford and Squanto's stories are intertwined. Both men played significant roles in the Pilgrims' early years. Bradford's leadership and Squanto's assistance were key to the colony's survival. Their efforts laid the foundation for the Thanksgiving tradition. The legacy of these figures continues to be remembered. Bradford's writings provide a detailed account of the Pilgrims' experiences. Squanto is celebrated for his role in bridging two cultures. Together, they represent the spirit of cooperation and resilience that defines Thanksgiving. Section 7. The evolution of Thanksgiving into a national holiday. Thanksgiving evolved over time from a regional celebration to a national holiday. In the early years, it was celebrated sporadically and on different dates. It was mainly observed in New England. The tradition spread as people moved westward. Each region added its own customs to the celebration. In 1863, President Abraham Lincoln proclaimed Thanksgiving a national holiday. He set the date as the last Thursday in November. Lincoln's proclamation was made during the Civil War. He called for a day of thanksgiving and praise. This helped unify the country during a time of division. The holiday continued to evolve in the 20th century. In 1941, President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed a bill into law. This established Thanksgiving as the fourth Thursday in November. This date has been observed ever since. The holiday became a fixed part of the American calendar. Thanksgiving has grown to include various traditions. Parades, football games, and charitable events are common. The holiday is also a time for family reunions and festive meals. Despite these changes, the core values of gratitude and community remain central. Thanksgiving continues to be a time for reflection and celebration. Section 8. Traditions and importance of Thanksgiving today. Today, Thanksgiving is one of the most beloved holidays in the United States. It is a time for families to come together and celebrate. The holiday is marked by a variety of traditions. The centerpiece of the celebration is the Thanksgiving meal. Turkey, stuffing, cranberry sauce, and pumpkin pie are staples. Parades are a popular Thanksgiving tradition. The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York City is one of the most famous. It features giant balloons, floats, and performances. The parade is broadcast nationwide and watched by millions. Football games are another Thanksgiving tradition. The NFL hosts games on Thanksgiving Day, adding to the festive spirit. Charitable activities are also an important part of Thanksgiving. Many people volunteer at shelters and food banks. They help provide meals for those in need. This reflects the holiday's spirit of giving and gratitude. Thanksgiving is a time to appreciate what we have and to give back to the community. The holiday's importance extends beyond its traditions. It's a time to reflect on our blessings and express gratitude. Thanksgiving brings people together and strengthens bonds. It is a reminder of the values that unite us. The true origins of Thanksgiving are a testament to the power of cooperation and thankfulness. These values continue to resonate today.